Yeah. And I want to emphasise that. There are cases involving the death of family pets. There are cases where people have invested huge amounts of their own personal money in businesses when it's all gone wrong. And so you'll see people really emotionally invested in their claims and in their cases, which is why it's really...
Well, thank you very much. We can't wait to see. Well, thank you very much. Everyone's going to watch it now because they're scared not to.
Quite right.
I wondered why you had this.
Yes, yes. Leave that on, please. Leave that on. Right, thank you very much, and good luck with Monday. Now,
thank you very much.
Still to come, he's the actor, singer, famous for his abs, but his finances, anything to be proud of. Martin Lewis delves deep into the wallet of Adam Rickett in Money Talks.
And earlier, we gave Kim Hall the shock of her life as we surprised her with a makeover. Has she recovered? We'll find out after this break.
That really suits you.
Now, earlier today, we surprised a very special lady, Kim Hall, who thought she was coming into the ITV studio for a tour.
Little did she know that she's actually been set up by her daughter to be the star of this morning's famous makeover.
We'll be talking to Kim in a few moments, but first, let's see why her daughter Rachel nominated her.
Oh, goodness me.
A very deserving woman. Kim Hall and her daughter Rachel, welcome to this morning. And welcome to our star team, Leo, Bryony and Darren. Yes. Very moving VT there. Kim, Rachel, you tell us why you nominated your mum, Kim?
I nominated her because my mum and my dad have been through so much and it never seems to faze her. She's such a strong woman and it inspires me so much. She's a great mum, a great nana and a brilliant wife, aren't you?
Oh,
she deserves it to make her feel special. You really deserve it.
Oh, and your child here as well?
Two children, yeah, Jasmine and Harry are here, yeah.
Ah, lovely.
Well, we're going to have a very special day. I'm joining in with you here. We're going to have a very special day. I'm going to need the waterproof mascara, Bryony. First of all, Leo, tell us what we're going to do with Kim's hair.
Thank you, Martin. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Still to come, forced to leave her family home and to escape the paedophile who sexually abused her and moved back into her street. Find out why Demi Bowers is calling for a change in the law. And it's the end of an era for Donna Dingle as she prepares to say farewell to the Dales. We'll be speaking to the lady herself and her partner in crime, bad boy Ross Barton, after the break. Welcome back. Now, she's best known for being Donna Dingle, and he's the bad boy of Emmerdale with a secret talent for beatboxing. Really?
Which, yeah, we're definitely going to make you do that in a minute, by the way. We'll be chatting to Verity Rushworth and Michael Parr in just a moment.
But first, it's competition time, and it's your chance to win a BMW and £36,000. Here's Alison Hammond. Now, they're the dangerous duo who are currently wreaking havoc in the Dales with their recent crime spree. In a moment, we'll be chatting to Michael Parr, a.k.a. bad boy Ross Barton, and Verity Rushworth, who plays corrupt copper Donna Dingle. But first, let's see them in true Emmerdale action.
Can't blame my lad for trying.
Trying to get a drink out of me?
I'm trying to get way more than that.
Don't really fancy going out.
Funny that. Neither do I.
Would you just run us a quick background check for pre-cons?
Yeah, it's for a Ross Barton.
You've had me checked out?
Car theft, carjacking, the list goes on.
You don't want to get hurt. Oh, I don't know about that.
Cornered me when I got out, grabbed my balaclava, attacked me with a baseball bat.
Ross Barton, I'm arresting you under suspicion of indecent exposure.
I'm very sorry, but it's not good news. The cancer is much more aggressive than before.
Ooh, the drama.
Now, Michael and Verity join us now to dish all of the dirt on Donna's farewell. Oh, my goodness. It's full on, isn't it, at the minute?
Yeah, it's really full on.
Yeah,
and she's going through turmoil.
Yeah, I know. Goodness me. And how does it feel for you? Obviously, you've been a part of the show since you were 12, right?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of years. I mean, well, it's a few years. You're 18 now. So, you know,
thanks.
Oh, yeah, obviously it's been a long time. So how do you feel about, obviously, preparing to leave the show?
For me, it's really isn't the end of an era. I grew up with the show. It felt like home going back there.
Yeah.
And it feels weird that it's completely, definitely over for me.
Yeah, because you had a little break before, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a break, which was lovely, sort of 5 years ago. And it really feels like I've gone full circle. It's like completion.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've had therapy because of all the crying. So I'm like, I've released all this emotion and I'm ready to like let it lie.
Yes.
And in the show, I mean, Donna's got a real soft spot for Ross, right? Does she think that she can change his bad ways?
Donna is madly in love with Ross and she's trying to fight it because she knows it's wrong and it's against all her morals and she's like, no, 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 yes, 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 no, yes. She can't help it.
Yeah.
Amongst other things, other reasons why she needs Ross as well, but she really loves him.
Yeah. And Michael, let's go through your previous roles just quickly. So, you know, Stranger, you've been a bad boy. You've been a rapist in Doctors, a homophobe in Hollyoaks, an abusive boyfriend in Casualty, and now you're a womanising crook. Do you enjoy playing these roles?
I don't know what it is. Is it the way I talk? The way I stand? I don't know what it is. I don't think I look
like
particularly...
a nice guy to me.
Yeah, I am. I'm a good guy,
very polite to everyone here
I don't know
today.
why I get all these parts, but they're so much more fun to play than, you know,
something
just
completely
a nice guy.
out of the box.
Yeah, I get to be...
Well, we hope that what you're like.
Yeah, I'm nothing like that in real life, obviously, but, you know, Ross, he gets to be so cheeky and he gets the girl, so, you know, it's quite easy to play.
And also, I have to say that you were nominated for Sexiest Male because your abs are famous.
I don't know about that.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Oh, here we
go.
There you go. It's like a washboard.
That is.
Yeah. Do you know, I don't do any exercise. I don't do any sport. Do I do any sports or anything like that?
No,
just a good diet. That's
just going out dancing in the clubs.
I'm really skinny.
You're one of those guys that girls just go, really? Oh no!
It's not fair, is it?
Yes.
It's not fair.
Wow.
So Verity, tell us about the actual story in the show. I mean, it's quite complex, isn't it? Because you've got this, you've got lung cancer in the show, but Ross doesn't know that you've got it. But then also you've got the daughter April, is it?
Yeah, Donna's been pulled in all sorts of different directions. She's suffering with mesothelioma and she's only told a couple of people. She hasn't told Ross. A, because she loves him, she doesn't want to be seen as a victim. B, because she needs him for this job. April's in danger from Gary North and she's trying to protect her and protect him. And if they don't complete this job, which they wouldn't if he knew about the cancer, she wouldn't have succeeded in protecting the people she loves. So it is quite complicated.
So she's trying to do all different, you know, she's going around all different angles.
And where does Marlon come into this equation?
Marlon knows about the cancer and he's supporting Donna and he's been a massive support to Donna. And Donna, her main focus is getting the relationship with April and Marlon set up and ready because she knows that she's not going to be there much longer. He has no idea that she's madly in love with Ross and she's got all this dark business going on at the same time with the police and the crime. That's another level he has no idea about, so that'll all unfold after.
And is it true you've kissed Marlon in the show this week?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh no!
Have you got a clip of that?
No, I don't want to see that. but yeah, she's...
Oh, we've got the still.
Oh, there we are. There's a still there.
Oh, lovely. How good.
I know.
How does Ross feel? Well, Ross doesn't know that's something happened.
You know, I've been kept in the dark. I really don't know too much about, you know, her health and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just, for Ross, it's just a love story, really.
Yeah.
And he's starting to become a man. You know, he's been a bad boy, but this is his chance and his opportunity to grow up and, you know, because he's willing to take her on and the baby and stuff, but it's all going to go...
And this is almost like the last big sort of job that you've got planned, right? Because you're a corrupt policewoman as well in the show.
Yeah, Donna, since being diagnosed, it's all gone wrong for Donna. It's all gone a little bit crazy and she's in a desperate state of mind. Gary North poses a massive threat to her daughter. So although she knows that she's breaking the law and she's doing things she would never, ever normally do, because she knows she's not going to be around much longer, she's gone into this zone of like, right, this needs to be done. I need to make sure April's OK. She wants to protect Ross and he can't do it by himself. She's the reason he's got into this mess in the first place. She's just... I mean, she's in a desperate state, and for anyone suffering that illness, I can't even imagine what must go on mentally.
Well, we've got a clip, actually, of tonight's show. Shall we have a look?
Wow. OK.
Wow. I wanted to ask you quickly, obviously, to play a part of someone that's suffering with such a, you know, intense illness. How do you channel that? How do you, you know, do you have to research a lot or...?
Yeah, there's been loads and loads of research. With this with this particular type of cancer, it's well hidden. Donna's hiding it, and from her police colleagues as well. She's not having chemotherapy, she's not on the serious medications, therefore the symptoms she can hide quite well. She's suffering in silence. Even if she had chemo, you wouldn't lose your hair with this form of cancer. So it's through exertion is when you have like the breathlessness and the difficulty breathing and all that stuff. But because of the drama side of the story that we needed to portray, the symptoms have been kept sort of hidden. And it's quite it's not a subtle like form of cancer with the symptoms or anything, but it's not like it can be well hidden with regards to like your breathing, and you can go about your everyday life with this horrendous illness, and people maybe wouldn't necessarily know you're going through that. So.
And it all comes to a head over the next few days. Next week, it's
it's the build-up.
It's good stuff.
Okay. And quickly, just before we go, Michael, come on, a little bit of beatbox for us. Just
quickly,
Come on, let's
do you know what? I used to like play with toys when I was a kid, and it started because I would do this helicopter noise, and it would just go like this. And I've never seen anybody else do that.
That's impressive. I love that.
That is really good. Well, thank you very much.
So much.
And you can watch all of the drama unfold on Emmerdale weekdays at 7 on ITV.
That's brilliant. Still to come, earlier we surprised Mum Kim Hall, who thought she was coming to the studio for a tour. Little did she know we were planning a makeover. We'll see the results later in the show.
And forced to leave her family home after the man who abused her returned back to her street. We meet Demi Bowers after the break. Welcome back. When a neighbour who sexually abused her was jailed, Demi Bowers hoped she'd seen the last of him. However, one day she looked out of her house to see she was devastated to see him staring back to her across the road.
Demi's here now to tell us why she's calling for a change in the law, and we're also joined by the CEO of the Survivors Trust, Faye Maxted. Hello, guys.
Good morning, guys.
Nice
Thanks for coming on.
Demi, how was life before you met John?
Fine. I mean, I had a loving family home. School life was good. Everything was just normal to what I would say. So, I mean, I wasn't very outgoing as such. I mean, I loved being at home with my younger brother and sister. So we were very family oriented and things like that. So it was.
And when was the first time that you actually met John?
It was after his mum passed away. He was left the house, and he was going to move into it. So. And
this is the house opposite your house.
Yeah. So him and his wife were doing the house to eventually move into. So in the process, I was looking after their little girl.
Okay, so you were babysitting their little girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I was happy that she was pregnant. I mean, I love children, so that came as like I was over the moon at that.
And you was babysitting regularly for the family?
it was like all the time after school, holidays. Any time I had, I would be up there. It wouldn't always be babysitting as such. It would be like going up there just to see her as well, because it became very because obviously there was an attachment there for so long. I mean, I was looking after her from when she was newborn, so there was there was that massive attachment.
Yeah,
very close. Yeah.
When did you notice that his behaviour towards you started to change?
It was about 6 months into, about when the child was 6 months old, that things started to change. It was, his wife was working, and it would be going for meals out and things like that. And then, because I wouldn't take no money for looking after the child, because I loved doing it.
And you were close,
it didn't feel right. So they'd say, well, we'll buy you things then, and we'll treat you and we'll take you out and things like that. So I never thought anything of it. I just thought they were doing a nice thing to repay back what I was doing for them.
What sort of things would they buy you?
I mean, they never acted upon it together. I mean, he did, it was expensive jewellery such as rings and GHD straighteners. I mean, there was...
Just quite lavish gifts.
And looking back now, would you say that was almost the start of the grooming
Yeah, I mean, it's very worrying, and my main concern is for like young women, young girls. I mean, and even older women don't realise. I mean, if someone's going to set out to do something, they'll not make it obvious. You know, they're very clever in what they do. So it's easier for people to say, how would you not realise that you've been bought expensive gifts and things like that? The fact is, I didn't, and I know I was only young, but I still didn't understand, and I didn't know. And if I had done, then I wouldn't have put myself in danger like that. So
when, who did you tell first when you realised that
a teacher?